Well, we are finally back with you, and I'm supposed to ask Shauna why she has shades on. Oh, and by the way, we're doing this in one take. No cutting, no editing, no takesy-backsies, none of that stuff, so should be interesting. Anyway, why are you wearing
That was
shades?
one cut. Why am I wearing shades? Because our future's so bright. No. Because Brian is trying out some new lighting, which it's very bright, but I'm going to adapt. There we go.
Yeah, I think the lighting's fine. Just got some new LED lights up here in the front. You know, I've been experimenting with things, and you know, it just gets tiring trying to figure this stuff out. So, kind of going back to some simple things.
And by the way, I like the way it makes my hair very shiny.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
So 2 lights in the front, and a light up back called a hair light to show off her highlights.
Hopefully it doesn't wash us out too much.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I need some.
I can fix it in
blush.
post.
Okay.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
fix it in post.
That'll be good. Thank you.
So let's talk about some of the things that's happened since the last time we put a video out.
Yeah, a lot. A lot has happened. You want to take it?
Last video we talked about our son getting married, our youngest son, Michael. So he is now a married man, and that's awesome. He married a wonderful young lady named Brittany, and I think they're
Simpatico.
yeah.
Yes.
They're really great together. Sweet girl.
They
Of course,
are.
Michael's a sweet guy too, so, you know.
And I am so
Good match.
excited. I'm so excited to have a daughter-in-law. So excited.
She is indeed.
I am.
Yes.
Yay, Brittany and Mikey! Yay!
Congratulations, guys.
Yes,
I know you're going to watch the
congratulations.
video. So, anyway, we're super happy for you. And, you know, we'll be back around before you know it. And see that grandbaby of ours.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, don't rush it. Take a year, as they say. Take a year.
Yeah.
Spend time just enjoying each other as a newly married couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend that for a while.
Yeah.
For sure. Anyway, we're going to talk about a few things that have happened in the last week or so relative to our
prepping.
our new journey for full timing, and then we'll talk to you about some questions again. So we're not editing or cutting. So yeah, diction, grammar.
This is
Out the window.
Out the window, and this is our prep for when we have a live Q&A.
Yeah.
So,
You know how that goes.
That's right.
So we're going to answer about 9 or 10 questions. Some of the stuff coming from our YouTube channel, from our blog, on our website, friends and family,
All of our social media.
yeah, Instagram,
Family and friends.
all those things. So
Yeah.
that'll be pretty cool, I think.
And we get a lot of questions. We really do. We get a lot of questions because I think there's a lot of especially our family and friends who are so interested in what we're doing and how we're doing it. It just seems so exciting and so foreign in some cases to them. So a lot of questions, and we really enjoy answering them. But we thought we'd take the opportunity to put them all together for you.
All right, so I have to let you guys know that we have 2 French Bulldogs. We have a young French Bulldog named Ricky, and she's going to start in because she does not like...
It's because you said one take.
Yeah. She does not like being ignored. And she's going to ramp up here in a minute.
Oh, no. Okay,
so-
fingers crossed.
You'll probably hear some screeching, something that sounds like a set of steel wheels on asphalt.
Okay.
I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, she'll ramp up here in a second as soon as she knows that we've stopped paying attention to her.
Right.
Hopefully she won't. I think you probably...
She's staring at me right now. She's burning holes in
Yeah.
my head. Yeah.
So she's just off stage right here. And yeah, I'm sure she'll ramp up here in a minute. Anyway.
Yeah.
Some things that have happened during the last week. I think the biggest thing is that our house is under contract.
Yay!
We signed,
That's a big step.
Yeah, that's a huge step. So we
Yes.
signed a purchase agreement. And I think we may have talked about this before, but we've decided to go with OfferPad. I know that might be cringeworthy for some people. For us, we have owned, bought and sold 4, 5, 6 homes now.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, so we've gone through that process. It can be painful, as many of you know. who own homes. So we just decided to do away with all that and go with OfferPad. They gave us a fair offer, kind of right in the middle of the comparables for our area. I think it's a fair price, and you know, it's a for sure thing unless they decide to back out once they do the home inspection, which, by the way, is on Monday the 18th. So our home inspection, and you know what? Speaking of home inspection, when we bought this house, there was one item that has bothered me for 4 years now. And that is the main water shutoff that is at the house. So in Arizona, we have the main shutoff that's outside. A lot of homes in other parts of the country have the main shutoff that's inside in the basement somewhere. Our home in Maryland was like that. But anyway, in this house, the main shutoff is outside. When we bought the house, we had the home inspected. The home inspector wrote that up as a defective item. That valve would not rotate and shut the water off. So here it is, 4 years. I've been going out like a crazy man whenever I needed to turn the water off for something at the street. What a debacle. So today I said, let's go see what's going on with that valve. I might have to replace it, which is a whole ordeal. I mean, the other company quoted me like $600 to replace this stuff, right? So for 4 years I've been worrying about this. It's been in the back of my mind, driving me crazy. So I said, let me go out and check it. So today I go out and check it. I tap the handle. Wouldn't you know, that whole valve freed up. The whole thing opens and closes now.
That's crazy.
Incredible.
So you know what?
Talk about luck.
Let's drink to that. So that's a win.
We're going to have a drink to that.
Win. Yep. Awesome.
One thing off my mind, and as Shauna knows, I come from a long line of worriers. And so these things drive me nuts. They're just always in the back of my mind, and because I hate to have anything kind of hanging out there. Anyway, enough of all that. So our house is under contract. Home inspection is on Monday. What else?
We've done a lot of purging. So on Instagram, I put on there that I came across my wedding dress that I wore 32 years ago. It didn't fit. That's okay. I've grown just a little since then, but it was really nostalgic to at least get it out of the bag and try it on. And but then what happens after that? I don't know what to do with it. I'm not sure what to do. It's not in the 100% best condition, so I'm not quite sure. I put a picture of it on Instagram, and I had some of our subscribers giving me some suggestions on what I might do.
So I need to interrupt for a sec. You notice my eye roll. The dogs are kind of starting in. So again,
they're like toddlers.
These are no takesy backsies. No, we're not editing none of this stuff. So you're gonna get the raw deal.
Yes.
Dogs and all.
See what we deal with, but they're like toddlers. The minute you get on the phone,
unbelievable.
Or the minute you try to talk to somebody, they so.
2 French bulldogs and a Chihuahua. So the French bulldogs. If anybody has French bulldogs, you know they're a clown in the cloak of a philosopher, right? So they're awesome dogs, but they love to tease the Chihuahua. At least our baby French bulldog does. Ricky and Lucy are their names. Both females, but we thought it'd be cool to name her Ricky and Lucy. Anyway, they love teasing the Chihuahua Bella. So if you hear some of that in the background, again, no cutsies, no takesy backsies, any of that stuff. So, what about the auction?
The auction, prepping for the auction. So that's where we're doing a lot of purging. We have to move stuff around in our home to put like items together. So we're going from room to room. We're purging. We're getting all of the all of the items out of one room into the room that we're going to use to collect all of the stuff that we're going to take with us in the RV, or that will not be used at the auction. So a lot of moving going on, a lot of cleaning, a lot of purging. I took 20 Coach bags today to a consignment shop, and I forgot to get a picture of it. And you know what? Because of this lifestyle and how exciting and how into this and how much I want to make this change, it was not hard for me to take my 20 Coach bags and drop them off at the consignment store. It was easy breezy.
It's been a bit of a joke in the last few years that she has a Coach problem.
Yes. Yes, this is true.
Almost every holiday or birthday or something, she gets something Coach, whether it be a pocketbook or an ice bag or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
So all that is in preparation for our actual auction, which is...
Yeah, I'm not sure what the date is. You've got the dates in your head. I just have a list.
All right, so the crew is going to come out and catalog, in other words, arrange everything, take pictures the week of April 8th.
Okay.
And so after they do that, the auction will run 14 days, and then pickup will be April 27th. So yeah, back up 14 days, and that's when stuff will go live online. And we'll put a link, we'll make sure that we put a link in one of our videos to that, probably one of the next couple of videos. So if you want to take a look at the auction and bid on stuff, by all means, feel free.
So we should have an empty house or at least 90% empty by April 27th.
27th, 28th, right.
Okay. All right. And you know what? While you're on that subject, that was one of the questions that we get quite often is when did you begin the process, and when do you plan to be full-time?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, again, we signed the purchase agreement with OfferPad.
OfferPad, yeah.
And we checked out both companies. OfferPad gave us a little bit more, plus the fees were a little bit less. Probably evens out in the end. But anyway, May 3rd is our closing date.
If all goes well, yes.
Yeah, and then our plan is May 8th, be on the road to Mexico.
Right. Now,
and that's another question we get a lot. Where's your first stop?
Right.
Where are you going first? Invariably, no matter who we talk to, that's usually the first question. Where are you going to first? And our plan is, right now, is to Mexico. We live in Phoenix. It's about a 4-hour drive to Rocky Point, Puerto Penasco.
Yeah.
And we've been going there for years. Shauna, as we talked in an earlier video, she's been going there since she was a toddler. And so Rocky Point is the plan. Stay there, 2 or 3 weeks, a month, whatever feels right. And then head out from there.
Yes.
Head
We
north.
are so craving a beach right now, getting to the beach and just having that relaxation time. So after all the crazy of all of this, selling the house and the auction and all of that, and getting ourselves moved into the RV, taking some time to go home on the beach.
So let me tell you. I've been kind of a mess the last couple of weeks, and I'm like I said, I come from a long line of warriors anyway. But this is a little different. We've moved a lot and did lots of stuff. It's different when you have a relocation company coming in.
Yes.
And packing up all your stuff and knowing that stuff is going to be at your next location.
Right.
This is entirely different. Our stuff is going away. So trying to figure out what we want to keep with us that's going to be useful on the road without packing too much stuff is it's mind blowing, and I'm having a little bit of difficulty with it. I think we both are.
Well, for me, it's close.
Probably me.
I can't figure this out.
More because I know, I'll take a certain number of things, but for me, it's about, getting the house ready and all of that stuff that I worry about. That, being a prior licensed real estate agent, that I know happens with home inspections and all these kinds of things. But like Sean always says, we'll worry about that stuff when the time comes.
Worry when we have to worry.
Yeah. So.
Not a minute before. Yes.
All right. So enough of all that. We've kind of rambled on. Let's get into our Q&A here.
Yes.
So first question, which we kind of already covered one of the questions, where are you headed first? That'll be the first question, I suppose.
Yeah, first place is to Rocky Point.
Yep.
Hopefully we can get reservations, because we haven't made reservations, and May happens to be one of the most busiest times down there. But we'll see what we can find. And then we have decided to domicile in South Dakota, so I think it'll be Mexico, and then we'll have to head north towards South Dakota, and then who knows from there. We'll see.
The plan is to head east and do the whole East
Yes.
Coast before weather sets in on the East Coast and hurricane season primarily.
Yes.
And then ultimately we want to be in the Keys, Florida Keys, for part of the winter. After the hurricane season.
Yes.
Hopefully that part of the country is missed by any hurricanes. So that's the plan. We want to spend, I don't know, I'd love to spend a month in the Keys if possible. But
you know what? And I'm sure we probably should have reservations by now for the winter time.
We're probably screwed.
So
if any of you know
Yes.
about, this sort of thing, and should we already have reservations, by all means, blast us.
let us know.
Let us know.
Because we're new at this too, and
Anyway, that's the
don't
plan.
know.
And
Right.
if it doesn't work out,
That's the plan.
then we'll just do something different.
That's right.
You know.
Because we can.
Because we can.
Let's drink to that. Yep. Okay. Woo!
We'll do a lot of
It's
this.
5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right.
All right.
All right, so next question.
Yes.
When did you begin the process and when do you plan to be full-time? We kind of already covered that.
Yeah, I think we did.
We do get a lot of that. When do you plan to be full-time? So again, heading out May 8th is the plan as soon as we close the sale of our home on May 3rd. Our son graduates from college on May 6th. And we are hitting the bricks after that. That's the plan.
Right?
Yeah.
Hitting the pavement.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the next one?
Brian, what do you think you'll miss most when you give up the sticks and bricks?
That's a hard question. What will I miss most? Well, I know what I won't miss, but what will I miss most?
You could answer it that way.
Yeah, I know what I won't miss.
What's that?
It's all the maintenance,
Yeah.
hiring someone to trim our 11, 12 Mexican fan palms that cost about $75 a palm to trim. I won't miss that every year. I won't miss the messy trees behind our house that pollute our pool.
Right? Turn it into pea soup. Every year.
Some of you might say, "Oh, woe is me! What a hard life you must have to have a swimming pool and all those things." But yeah, we'll be glad to not have to deal with that. So, more of what I won't. All right, we'd always said no cutsies, no takesy backsies, but battery life only goes so far.
It happens.
And I don't know where we got cut off at the last question. I didn't bother going back and reviewing the video. So again, what I'm not going to miss is all the costs that it takes and effort that it takes to maintain and time to maintain our house. Other than that, I just don't see anything that I'm going to miss the most. Maybe tools and things like that to be able to work on stuff when I want and however I want. I have a lot of tools,
That's a good point.
and I've been a mechanic for many, many years. I was a mechanic in the Air Force, aircraft mechanic, so I've amassed tools and things through the years. So I'll probably miss that the most, if I'm being honest.
Okay, that's good. And you're probably not alone. I bet that's probably common for a lot of men who
I think guys in
transition
general,
to this.
I think guys in general struggle giving up their tools. It defines us,
Yeah.
in the words of Tim Taylor, more power, whatever he says. Anywho.
Something like that.
Anywho.
That was pretty good. All right, so when am I going to miss 2 things? One, because we have 3 small dogs, the backyard for them to just go and do their thing and not have to worry about it because we're going to be letting them in and out of the rig in all kinds of weather. So we haven't even started yet, but I just know that I'm going to miss the backyard. And then second would be long, hot showers.
Yeah, well, we can find a truck stop or greasy spoon somewhere maybe along the way to
If we really need one.
YMCA.
If I really need one, yeah. I'm sure that's what I'm going to miss. And we mentioned before that we're used to RVing, so I know what it's like to have to take what is it called, an Army shower? Navy shower. Navy shower, yeah. So I know what that's like. I'm already geared up for, I need more hot water.
Well, you mentioned the dogs. So 2 French Bulldogs. So the French Bulldogs do, and this is universal for all French Bulldogs, and those of you who have French Bulldogs know this to be true. They do what's called the Frenchie 500. So they'd love to get out and just tear around and they'll do it in the house too, but they'll just tear through the yard, just lap after lap after lap.
Yeah.
And until they wear themselves out. So they're going to miss that the most, I think.
They are going to miss that. That's also called zoomies.
Zoomies,
or Frenchie 500.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's pretty funny to watch.
Anyway, next question.
Yes.
What will you be living in and will you be towing a vehicle?
That sounds like your department.
So we'll be living in a 2008 Winnebago Sightseer 35M, which for us is perfect. 35 feet. We're looking something between 34 and 36 anyway, so 35 meets our needs perfectly. It has 3 slides, opens up beautifully. I'll go into this in another video. I'm going to do a whole RV tour to show you what we've done to it. In fact, it's still in the shop. I know last video we mentioned that it was in the shop for flooring. And so it's still in the shop. and should be out next week with all the new
With the new flooring.
vinyl plank flooring, really
Can't wait to
nice
see it.
waterproof stuff, new carpet, and in a couple of areas.
Right.
Basically, it's going to be dog friendly. Anywhere the dogs are, no carpet.
Dog friendly, mud friendly.
Yeah.
Just it's
Yeah.
gonna be friendlier. And
And
did you mention we'll do a tour?
Yeah,
Oh, and that's
we'll
a
do
Class A.
It's a Class A.
Yeah, it's
sure.
a Class A.
Yeah.
And we'll do a tour of that.
Triton V10 on the F53 chassis. And again, I've talked before about how I've outfitted it, all new suspension, lots of cool stuff. We'll all go over that in the video, in the tour of the motorhome later on.
Right. And
Anyway.
just real quick, we lost a light behind us, so I don't know if you noticed a change, but we're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, just keep
Yeah.
going, right? So anyway, yeah, up top is what's called a hair light, which kind of shines down on the back of us.
It makes my hair shiny.
Yeah, it makes our hair shiny and gives us some texture and things to the video. Anyway,
Yes.
what will we be towing? What will we be towing? Again, diction grammar out the window.
What will we be towing, Brian?
We're going to tow, and we've already purchased it, a very nice 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4-wheel drive with a 5.7 liter Hemi.
Yeah.
I've gone through it. We bought it from a guy who had a dealer maintained for its entire life. You know, it's had a few little issues, but by and large, great solid vehicle. And you know, in 2005 was a top of the line vehicle. Everything power.
And it's so clean.
Yeah, super clean. And
Clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And it tows great. You don't even know it's back there.
yeah, with the Triton V10, I don't even
That's
know it's
awesome.
back there. Yeah. So anyway, more on that too. So part of the motorhome tour, I'm sure I'll probably do that. Maybe I'll do something separate showing our tow hookup, tow bar, the braking system, all of that in it, which I installed myself. So lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
On to the next question.
All right. Let's see. Oh gosh, this one is kind of your department as well.
Yeah.
How have you prepared your rig for full-time living? And have you prepared your rig? So how have you prepared it? And have you prepared it?
So yes and yes, I suppose. So yes, we have prepared it. And again,
I think it's actually, that's probably backwards. Have you prepared your rig?
Yes.
And then how did you?
yeah. So definitely we've made lots of upgrades to it, including the flooring and stuff we've talked about to make it dog friendly and weather friendly and those kinds of things. That'll be in a separate video, but yeah, all of those things have been done. And one thing I am going to do though before we hit the road is have a full inspection. I'm going to have a master RV technician inspect it to give us a rundown of what still might
That's
be
important.
defective. If anything, I don't suspect there'll be anything defective. The tires are probably reaching their year. I think they're about almost 5 years old. So some people say they time out at about 5 years. Still plenty of tread, beautiful tires. Anyway, that might be the only thing we need to replace.
So yes, we have prepped it or prepared for it, and we've covered kind of what we have.
Yes.
And then you mentioned that we will have a video on all of
Yes.
that because you've done so much work
Yeah.
to the rig to get
Tons.
it ready.
Tons
yes.
of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we've already talked about where we're heading first.
Yeah, we did. We covered that one. Uh-huh.
So Shauna, what is your dream destination?
Oh, you know what my dream destination is? And if any of you have watched the Motorhome Experiment, which is another couple that are full-time RVers, they are currently going through, is it Baja, California? No, Baja, Mexico,
Baja.
the whole Baja Peninsula. And I believe they started at San Felipe, and they've had different stops along the way on the route to Cabo. Is that the end?
Yeah.
That's my dream destination right now. That may change, you know, once we get out on the road, but I can't wait to take that trip. And they've really inspired us just from their YouTube videos and watching.
And we'll
watching
want
them.
to do that with a couple of at least one more couple, maybe two couples.
Yes.
Don't want to do that by ourselves.
No, and that will be probably 2020.
2020.
So if anyone's headed in that direction, drop us a comment.
Yeah,
So we know.
definitely.
Yeah. How about you? What's your dream destination?
I think the Keys,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's another good one.
Florida Keys.
That's
We've been as far as Key
Yeah.
Largo before. That's the farthest south in the Keys we've been, and that was cool, of course. But yeah, we definitely want to get to Key West,
Yes.
and love to spend a month or so there during the winter. Would be awesome, along with probably a million of our closest RV friends and buddies.
Right.
You know how that goes.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh, you know what I thought you were going to say? Alaska.
Well, you know, Alaska's cool. But we've watched so many videos on Alaska. So many other people. Keep your daydream. Who else?
All of them. All of them. All of the major. Yes.
Yeah, all the majors. And it seems like a lot.
Well, it seems like it's hard on your RV too.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to put our RV through that. Honestly.
Oh, really?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Things change.
Yeah. We'll get on the road and then
Yeah.
that'll probably be a destination. But that's what I thought you were going to say. Yeah. But I understand. Okay.
I vacillate between, a beach tribe or a mountain tribe.
Uh-huh.
There are pros and cons to each.
There are, absolutely.
All right, next question.
Yes, okay. Let's see, we talked about how long will you full-time, and do you have an exit plan? We get that a lot.
Yeah.
That's a very common question.
And I tell people all the time, there is no plan B. There's only plan A. For me, if you have a plan B, then you look for excuses not
That's a good one.
to make plan A work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's no plan B. There is no exit plan. At least in my mind.
And I tell people, the only plan we have is to follow the weather.
That's right.
That's it. That's the plan. No other plan after that.
Which can be tough these days. Depending on which side of the political spectrum you are. But anyway, we won't get into that.
No.
We're not getting into that. All right.
All right. Let's see.
Next question. Will you do an RV tour? We talked about that. Yeah, I'm going to do an RV tour. Both interior, exterior of the RV. Once we get it back from having the flooring done, we'll definitely do a full RV tour.
We'll spruce it up a little bit on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might need it, it might not.
It might. That's right. Mm-hmm. Okay, next question is RV park or boondocking? What's your preference?
What's your preference?
Oh, okay. We haven't spent a lot of time in RV parks. When we've gone to RV parks, it's because we were on vacation, and we went there because it was close to a lot of attractions in that area.
Yeah, Mission Bay RV Park is one we've been to a couple of times in San Diego. Laughlin.
Right. So we haven't done a lot of RV parking, but of RV park.
We haven't stayed at a lot of RV parks.
Thank you. Yes.
'Cause it's not. Yeah, we're more into the freedom of the open outdoors. So we have done a lot of boondocking, and not just in this Class A, but in all the RVs. In fact, that's been probably 99% of what we've done previously to this adventure. Is going out into the desert, going up north to the mountains, the White Mountains in Arizona. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. Oh, there goes the Frenchie.
Here she goes.
So yeah, she's getting impatient with us.
Yes. So RV park or boondocking, I think we know it'll be a mixture of both as we get out on the road. We definitely want to keep expenses down. So it's gonna have to be a mixture of both.
Yeah, I think a mixture of both. Reality, and especially when we get to the Keys and the East Coast. Having lived on the East Coast, we know that there's not near as many free camping areas as there is in the West, like in Arizona, New Mexico, all those places, even California, some places in California, lots of free camping. East Coast, not so much. So we realize that we'll probably have to pay, in some cases, exorbitant prices for RV parks, which...
Well, hopefully not, because we are looking into 1,000 Trails.
This is true.
Yes.
So we have 1,000 Trails.
Yes.
We
will purchase 1,000 Trails. It's just where in that zone we're going to purchase.
Harvest Host. We have
Harvest Host. So, we do. We have Passport America.
We have a few options.
We do. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
All right. I think this is the last question.
Yeah, and I think it's a good one.
What are your biggest fears about full-time RVing? Not so much a fear for me, but when we start getting into some gnarly weather, like winds and rain and hail and those kinds of things, which is going to happen.
It is.
Right, like this past week, I mean, a lot of people got wrapped up in that weather that blew across the Midwest.
Oh, yes.
In Texas, 90, 100 mile per hour winds. So that concerns me. I'm not fearful of it. It concerns me.
Yeah.
And so that's really the only thing that concerns me. Everything else, I'm not a fear person generally. And obviously, I don't think neither one of us are fearful for because of what we're about to do and embark on this thing, right?
Right.
But I think living in the rig during those times of severe weather concerns me.
Yeah.
How about you?
That's very valid. For me, and I've had a bad dream about this already, is breaking down in a place that is not convenient to get our rig fixed. And it's not so much that, it's more about our dogs. There she is again. It's more about our dogs because they are very sensitive to heat and cold, and we have to keep them protected. So that's my biggest fear, is breaking down and having them in a place that we can't get them cooled or heated, whatever that might be.
But we do have, in the unlikely event that both vehicles break down, which it's probably, I can't ever envision that happening.
Right.
We do have the Jeep, so we could, load them into the Jeep, because French Bulldogs do have to stay, I mean, they can't get hot because they have difficulty breathing in their short snouts and all that. Those of you who have...
They're high maintenance dogs.
Yeah, so brachycephalic dogs have the short noses, they have difficulty in hot temperatures.
They do.
So that's probably a concern that we both share.
Now, we did purchase a temp stick, is that what it's called? So that we can monitor that type of thing, but beyond that, if we're out boondocking and we break down and it's something major, that's my biggest fear.
Yeah. So Ricky's starting to sing a little bit more. She's growing more impatient.
She is.
So we hope you're okay with this, right?
This is her video debut.
Yeah, this is kind of the raw version of us.
And this has been fun, though. I've enjoyed this. I definitely have enjoyed this.
Well, I think that about wraps it for the Q&A, unless you have anything else we didn't cover.
No, I think we covered all the major points. If there is something that is on your mind that we didn't cover, please leave a comment. We'd love to help address those questions. Yeah.
And if we need to expound on any of the Q&A that we did cover, by all means, ask us those questions, more in depth relative to those questions we did ask, that were asked and answered.
Yes. What's next for us?
So what's next? I think by the time we have the next video, we'll have our home inspection done. We'll know what damages we have to pay for. There are going to be some. I just hope it's not a lot. The house, it's built in 2000, so it's 19 years old now. It's going to have some issues, no doubt. But we do have a very nice home. I really work hard at keeping up on all the maintenance. So I think we're going to be okay. I think it's going to be mainly cosmetic stuff, that sort of stuff. In Arizona, I mean, the weather is brutal, just like in any extremely cold environment, any extreme hot environment. It just wreaks havoc on the home. So, yeah. I think we'll be okay.
I think so too.
What did we miss?
We're keeping our fingers crossed. Everything goes well.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been lucky so far. So I think that, again, the water valve, I worried about that for 4 years, and it turned out okay. So I have hope that everything else is going to turn out
positive thinking.
Okay too.
Positive thinking, absolutely. Well, good.
Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this little
check-in.
Yeah.
Check-in, follow-up.
Yeah.
Where
this escapade that we've
yes.
done tonight and suffered through the French. She wasn't too bad tonight.
She wasn't. I think we gave her the stink eye a couple times and she settled down. So. So she's okay, but she's growing impatient. Anyway, yes, she is.
Stay tuned for more of our adventures and more updates on our journey.
Yes,
and,
we'll have a video that'll come out each week, updating as to where we are. Love your comments, love your questions. Keep them coming. Appreciate that.
Absolutely, keep them coming. Yeah.
Yes, and if you haven't already, we'd love to have you subscribe and join our journey as well.
Yeah, we have certainly. This is the phase where it's getting hot and heavy. So.
Yes.
If anything's going to happen, it's going to happen now. So stay tuned for all of that.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. Watch how we handle it.
Yeah. So I might not have any fingers left. Yeah. I
fingernails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has a vice.
It's all right. I just keep telling Brian, don't worry until you need to worry.
Well, and I talk myself off the ledge too. Honestly, yes. I tell myself this time next year. I have a completely different set of things to worry about.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
It's kind of how I roll.
That's right.
Keeps me sane.
Yes.
Anyway, So long for now.
All right. We'll see you again.
See ya.